Perfect. Good to know. Are you giving me advice? Oh, great. Wow.
First time you've been in the co-pilot?
No,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in this one. If every time I come here, there's something like that.
Oh, God, that's right. I hope this one is left to left.
I just have to start walking over here.
So how you doing? What grade
When are you going to be on the radio? When are you going to be on the show, radio show? Oh, you were? Huh? No. I'll listen to it online. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it tonight.
What's one?
Just a heads up on it when you're in.
Yeah, it probably takes a big one. Hey, Mom, I'm at a council meeting. What's
Well,
And the latest on this, since I was with JJ, are there new that they not going to take the hours back because they make too much money off their bonds. Usually when you write a bond, it's supposed to be a dollar amount to do something. Why do they make that money off the bonds? That doesn't make any sense. But wealthy husbands obviously communicate. There's so much going on over there right now. I talked to Jen Wilson 2 days ago about some stuff, and she's just fit to be tied. They ran them all off.
Hey, Patty, are you with us?
I am with you.
Awesome. Just wanted to
Can you
make
hear
sure.
me?
I can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Less than a minute away.
Too much trouble.
I know, right? You brought snacks?
Oh, not unusual.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the St. Charles County Council meeting for Monday, July 28th. We will open with our invocation Fresh off the battle royale between the police department and the fire department, I didn't even ask you who won the Rib Fest.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, so that pretty much
All
tells
for a
you.
good cause.
Answered the question.
That answers our question. Barry Bales is the Public Information Officer for St. Charles County Police Department. We appreciate you being here. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilwoman Patty York. Please stand and remove your caps.
Let us pray. God, we thank you tonight for the opportunity, God, to gather, God, the freedom, God, to come, God, and to be able to speak, God, and to make decisions on behalf of our citizens and our community. Lord, I'm asking you tonight to just bless, God, and give wisdom, God, and direction and understanding to all those involved. Let the peace of heaven, God, come upon this meeting, God. We ask this in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Please be seated. Please call the roll.
Councilman Swanson.
Here, ma'am.
Councilman Brazel.
Here.
Councilman Hammond.
Here.
Councilman Elam.
Here.
Councilman Hollander.
Here.
Councilwoman York.
Here.
Councilman Baker.
Here.
That gets us to public comments. Public comments are limited to 3 for, 3 against on every issue. We will have 3 minutes on the clock over here. When your 3 minutes has expired, I will thank you for speaking, and we will move on to the next speaker. Our first speaker tonight is
Raymond Schulte, Convention Center parking.
Good evening, esteemed council members and county executive. I'm here again tonight to speak to you about the convention center parking. For the month of September, we have three-day events coming up, and this is going to become a monstrous problem of parking on the streets around the convention center. So we need to have the council act on getting an ordinance in place to slow this problem down before we run into some sort of a major emergency that creates well, I'm going to say a catastrophe. So I appreciate it if the council would really consider taking that into emergency consideration to get this taken care of again. I know that last time I spoke to you, I mentioned that the city council has a ordinance on the same type thing. But I think at that time I said the parking ought to be limited from 5 p.m. on Friday. Well, it needs to be from 8 a.m. on Friday morning because these three-day events start at 10 o'clock. And so the parking was going to become horrible around the convention center. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Robert Lively on bill number 5401.
Yes, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk. My piece of property is right behind the development, and there are 2 houses above me. And the issue with the drainage off of this plot of land is going to come in our subdivision and cause quite a bit of flooding. So this is one of the main concerns that we have is a drainage issue. And it literally will overpower our subdivision. So just to keep that in mind, that once it starts, it's going to have to be revisited if it forms a lake in our subdivision. So,
Thank you.
Zachary McMichael, bill number 5401.
Good evening. My name is Zach McMichael. I'm a lawyer at the law firm of Cape, Sokol, Goodman, and Sarakin. I'm here to speak just very quickly on 5401. I represent Coke Park Group. I just wanted to remind the council that approval of a preliminary plat is an administrative matter. On June 27th, the P&Z division director informed this council that the preliminary plat met the requirements of the UDO. As explained by the Missouri Supreme Court in the Furlong case, quote, if the plat complies, then it is the ministerial duty of the commission and the council to approve it, and they have no discretion to deny it. Therefore, we request that the council adopt Bill 5401. Thank you.
Thank you.
Arnie Dienoff, regarding agenda items and non-agenda items.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the council. Arnie C. A.C. Dinoff, County Public Advocate. First thing I want to address on your consent agenda is the countywide pavement condition inventory and rating project. It's $420,000. And so this is a real good spirit of intergovernmental cooperation. We need to do it more with dispatching, more with roadways, more with a lot of projects countywide. But right here, are we getting the money from these municipalities that are joining in the inventory and rating project? That's my question, or is this a cost borne by the county as a whole? Snowplows and salt spreaders in the amount of $79,000. We're going to Illinois, supporting their economy with Woody's Municipal Supply Company, rather than buying right here on Midwest Mall Drive from, I can't pronounce the company, in St. Peter's. And so can we not negotiate some of these programs and issues? Family Arena Cooling Tower, hot water coils, and air hose repairs in the amount of $232,000. Why are we not doing this in-house with our full-time HVAC staff that we have in the facilities department? It just doesn't make any sense. And again, why are we going to Granite City, Illinois, supporting their economy rather than somebody more here local in our own county? And finally, the Police Law Enforcement Center in St. Louis County, the memo before the police chief, bill number 5403, and the Intergovernmental Joint Cooperation and Development Assistance Agreement. I ask that we fight sternly and steadily for 3 members rather than 2 members because of our very growing population. We are getting on an average of 50 to 60 new residents weekly from St. Louis City and St. Louis County. Our population will be 900,000 in the next decade. And so we deserve to have 3 members. St. Louis City is not going to be part of this agreement or part of the solution, and so we need to have that 3rd seat. I'm asking every member to fight hard. Don't give in to Mr. Eelman, who's done and in retirement, but let's fight steadfast and make sure that we get our fair representation and not get screwed like we got screwed on the airport authority because we didn't stand up boldly enough. Also, when this consortium, this governmental body is selected and the members are appointed, I want to make sure that there's cooperation, that we are in compliance with Chapter 610.021, the Open Meetings Act. This has become a political pissing contest with O'Fallon. O'Fallon's going to spend $48 million. The county's going to spend $50 million. It's going to be close to $100 million of taxpayer dollars.
Mr. Dino.
And we
We
need to come
appreciate
together
your
as a team in an intergovernmental spirit. Thank you.
Final speaker.
Final speaker. That brings us to the oral report from the county executive.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At your request to have various departments make presentations, Samantha Shadrack is going to make a presentation, and if you have any questions, she's here to answer them.
It's HR time. Hey. Whoop.
Is this it?
It is, yeah. Sorry. There you go. This is,
Remotes everywhere. It's like my TV at home.
this is forward.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay, well, good evening. I've been asked to provide you with some HR updates, so I thought we'd go ahead and get started with workforce demographics. The county currently staffs around 1,143 employees with an authorized FTE count of 1,279. As you can see, the majority of our workforce is male at 58%, as compared to the national average of 53%. Surprisingly, the bulk of our workforce is at retirement age, close to 64%. As far as recruitment goes, HR conducts a county-wide career fair each year where we see around 20 county departments participate. This year we had 150 job seekers attend, most applying to positions on the spot. In addition to the career fair that HR puts on, we also participate in around 20 career fairs hosted by local colleges and universities. At the bottom there, you can see some of the sources of our new hires, with the majority coming to us from job boards like Career Builders and LinkedIn. One of HR's primary focuses is training and development. Through our HR Learning Library, we're able to provide mandatory and voluntary skills and knowledge building trainings, both in person and online. In addition to this training, HR conducts a new hire orientation every 2 weeks. This is mandatory and it's in person. It's designed to help the new hires integrate into the county faster. So we go over things like how county government operates, the personnel administration program, and county offer benefits. Moreover, new hires have their first mandatory training on anti-harassment at this time. As far as performance management goes, HR conducts employee evaluations each year in November. 98% of all county employees participate, and the average score is around a 4. The county does have a policy that says all employees must receive an overall score of 3 or higher in order to receive their merit increase. As you are aware, HR conducts a detailed review of job classifications and compensation each year. We begin in June and go through November. We have around 582 unique job descriptions broken up into a 3-year cycle, so we analyze around 194 jobs each year. Our process for analyzing the job classification's current salary range midpoint against the midpoint of the market for jobs with similar duties, responsibilities, and minimum requirements. We also review state and federal minimum wage changes, any compression issues the county may be facing, and of course if there's vacancy issues within departments. The county offers a wide variety of benefits that appeal to employees. This is just some of the benefits that we have. We are excited to say that 99% of all benefits eligible employees are enrolled in one or more county offered benefit. Here are some HR metrics. HR has continued to work hard to improve our turnover rate. As you can see, year over year, it's continued to go down. This year, we're expected to close out between 12% and 13%. In addition, our time to fill vacancies has continued to go down. We were at 3 months, and now we're at 1 to 2 months. The national average is 3 to 4 months. Our applications continue to be on the rise, resulting in improvement in our new hire count as well as better employee pick. So here are the key challenges that we face in county HR. Retaining top talent. While this is not unique to the county, what is unique is that we are recruiting for the same talent as the surrounding municipalities. Further, we have to compete with private industry and their ability to pay much higher salaries. As mentioned earlier, many of our workforce is at or nearing retirement age, so knowledge transfer is a concern. We face a potential loss of institutional knowledge when and if they do decide to retire. With a large workforce spread all over, it can be difficult for HR to find ways to be easily accessible to every employee. So we have to ask, how are we going to support leadership and employees? So here are the ways, things that HR has come up with to hopefully mitigate some of these challenges. HR will be implementing a career development program next year. The program has 2 major components: career planning for employees and succession planning for leadership. Both components will utilize the county's tuition assistance program and the learning library, as well as our newly created job mapping tool that allows both employees and leadership to see how jobs throughout the county correlate with each other. All of this is designed to encourage employees to grow their careers here and hopefully continue to lower our turnover rate. In addition, we plan to continue to build our relationship with colleges and universities through our internship program and career fairs, hopefully placing St. Charles County government at the forefront of all graduates' minds. And finally, HR recently added an HR senior generalist whose primary focus is to be a face in the field and to act as a liaison to our departments. Any questions?
Good presentation.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Samantha. Anything else from the county executive?
That's a tough act to follow.
I know.
I will simply close.
That gets us to our consent agenda. Any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Thank you. And consent agenda is approved. That brings us to Resolution 2508. Mr. Brazel, do you want to invite our folks from Eagles Wings, if you want to join us up at the podium while they read the resolution?
We'll go ahead and start. Resolution 2508, sponsored by council as a whole. A resolution designating the organization Eagles Wings as a St. Charles County Council hero, honoring exemplary residents officially. Whereas the St. Charles County Council wishes to acknowledge citizens and organizations that demonstrate exceptional caring, generosity, and thoughtfulness through their acts of service, while neither acting in the capacity of appointed board member, candidate, or elected official, nor receiving compensation for their public-minded deeds. And the designation of hero, honoring exemplary residents officially by the St. Charles County Council, serves to publicly honor such citizens and organizations. And whereas Eagles Wings was formed in 2015, and their mission is helping kids soar in the St. Charles area. And whereas Eagles Wings exists to provide new shoes, clothing items, and other essentials at no cost to the recipient, children in need. And whereas Eagles Wings believes that when kids don't have to worry about the basics, they can focus better on their schoolwork and building positive relationships with their peers. And whereas Eagles Wings has provided over 4,800 pieces of clothing in the form of shoes, socks, underwear, shorts, pants, shirts, hoodies, coats, hats, gloves, and dental supplies to just under 1,200 children in 2024. And whereas the two women who have been running this organization for the last several years are Audrey Ryan and Donna Rhodes. And whereas they and many members of their families have organized the thousands of volunteer hours, over 4,000 hours in 2024, to make this organization reach as many children as possible. And whereas Eagles Wings exemplifies the definition of hero as characterized by the St. Charles County Council Hero Program. Now therefore, be it resolved by the County Council of St. Charles County, Missouri, that the designation of hero by the St. Charles County Council is hereby bestowed on Eagles Wings, and further, the council commends and applauds this organization for their public-minded deeds.
Mr. Brazel.
Yes, I'd like to encourage council members and every resident in St. Charles County and remind everyone that we have great citizens in this community, and we all know that. We all live here, and we know that we have great citizens. But it's always important to recognize people for their efforts. And so I would encourage any member of the council or any resident, if you guys have anybody in mind that does extraordinary things in the county, please send us an email so we know and we can recognize them, because it's well deserved. And the funny thing about it, I've known John for a while, and he is a Defiance resident, but I didn't know he retired from Anheuser-Busch, and so we were talking, and over a beer, of course. And and a cigar.
It is
and he
Defiance.
Was telling me about what they do, and I've never heard of this thing. And I'm like, are you serious? And I was extremely impressed. And then, fortunately, the two board members, they also live in my district, which I was not aware of. He told me that today, so it's really cool. But I was going to let John explain a little bit more, but they're in every school in St. Charles County, and they do a lot of hard work and a lot of great things. John?
Got a few cheat notes here. All right, guys. So I'm John. This is Audrey and Donna. Audrey and Donna have pretty much run Eagles Wings for the last 10 years and given countless hours to making us into the organization, as the resolution said. It says our mission is to help kids soar. And what that really means is to help build their self-confidence. And we do that by buying them new clothes. New clothes, meaning kind of nice clothes. And people say, well, how does that work? And I always explain to people, I go back to when you were 10 years old and you got a brand new pair of tennis shoes. You could run faster, you could jump higher, you were cool, right? So that builds your confidence. So that's the concept. Okay, and we work with all school districts in St. Charles County. We actually literally go into 16 of them, but we service children from 60 of them. And we do it kind of in a unique way. Your counselors and social workers that are in the school district, they identify kids in need, and you can tell. you know, and so they identify them, and we work on dispersing the clothes. And we disperse them by a unique way. We actually go into the school, set up a retail shop, and volunteers come in and the kids come in, and they shop and pick out their own clothes. I've actually done it with the Orchard Farm superintendent of schools. He took a kindergartner through. So it's a cool concept way. Kids in high school, they don't necessarily want to shop with, you know, 7-year-old lady or whatever. So we disperse those clothes in a very discreet manner to the schools, through the counselors, and brown paper bags, basically. But they're still getting the help that they need. So that's basically what we do. The resolution said with 1,200 kids and 1,200 kids last year. Over the last 10 years, we've served in excess of 5,000 kids in need and over 75,000 pieces of clothing. So that's just our facts. And so bottom line is, we thank you. I should say we're a 100% volunteer organization. The donations of our volunteers and donors support our organization and make us run. And so anytime we can get a resolution or recognition like that, it helps us build awareness. And we thank you very much for allowing us to be here this evening.
Excellent. Audrey, Donna, do you want to? No. That's why John's here. I feel this thing.
And we'll leave a few of these if anybody needs it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Excellent. Well, we'll vote on the resolution and then take a picture if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Resolution 2508, a resolution designating the organization Eagles Wings as a St. Charles County Council hero, honoring exemplary residents officially. Councilman Swanson.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Brazel.
Yes.
Councilman Hammond.
Yes.
Councilman Elam.
Yes.
Councilman Hollander.
Yes.
Councilwoman York.
Yes.
Councilman Baker.
Yes.
And the resolution is passed. So if you want to, Kevin?
Stand up.
Hey, Kevin, can you take a picture for us? Thanks. Got to be in the middle. Thank you. Thank you very much for what you do. We appreciate you. Thank you. That'll get us to bills for final passage, starting with bill number 5399.
Bill number 5399, an ordinance amending the zoning district map of the County of St. Charles, Missouri by rezoning land from A Agricultural District to RR Single Family Residential District per application RZ 25-06.
Any questions or comments about this bill? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bill number 5399, an ordinance amending the zoning district map of the County of St. Charles, Missouri by rezoning land from A Agricultural District to RR Single Family Residential District per application RZ 25-06.
Councilman Brazel.
Yes.
Councilman Hammond.
Yes.
Councilman Elam.
Yes.
Councilman Hollander.
Yes.
Councilwoman York.
Yes.
Councilman Baker.
Yes.
Councilman Swanson.
Yes, ma'am.
Bill 5399 passes. That gets us to bill 5400.
Bill number 5400, an ordinance amending the zoning district map of the County of St. Charles, Missouri by rezoning land from R1B Single Family Residential District to C2 General Commercial District per application RZ 25-07.
Any questions or comments about this bill? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bill number 5400, an ordinance amending the zoning district map of the County of St. Charles, Missouri by rezoning land from R1B Single Family Residential District to C2 General Commercial District per application RZ 25-07.
Councilman Hammond.
Yes.
Councilman Elam.
Yes.
Councilman Hollander.
Yes.
Councilwoman York.
Yes.
Councilman Baker.
Yes.
Councilman Swanson.
No.
Councilman Brazel.
Yes.
Bill 5400 passes. That gets us to bill 5401.
Bill number 5401, an ordinance of the County of St. Charles, Missouri, approving the preliminary plat of Moser Place.
Any questions or comments about this bill? Mr. Baker?
Yeah, so, I realize that we can't disprove or not approve the development for being the high use, but what we can do, for reading our ordinances, we can require detention. Now, I visited the site, And these people have a drainage problem now, and it's only going to get worse if we approve this current plan. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Mr. Swanson?
Councilman Baker, are you then wanting it to be tabled until that is clarified?
That's up to the developer, in my opinion.
It's actually up to us,
Yeah.
whether or not we table it or not, but,
Is there, can I ask?
yes.
Tim, is there, currently with the room on there, there's no room for retention, so therefore, what the proposed is right now would be a no, because they can't do the retention, correct?
They could provide detention. I don't think they want to because it doesn't maximize how many units they can put on, or they have to reconfigure the lot. But I witnessed the downstream erosion. There's fences that have been knocked down because of the excessive drainage, and it's only going to get worse if we throw all this water on there. Now, I do know, like I said, it's in our ordinances that we can require detention even though it's less than 2 CFS differential. So that's my stance on it.
You do have a lot of problems with drainage over there, so.
We
yeah.
do.
Brian, can I inquire of you? Are we allowed to add that to this, or are we,
No, this wouldn't be a situation like a CP repeat added petition or something like that. It would be a vote up or down on whether or not it meets the technical requirements of
okay.
regulations.
So it is the way it is and can't be amended from that standpoint?
Yeah, if you want to table it and then work on some more, potentially do that, but I think that would be up to the developer.
But it's still, the only way it would be able to change is if the developer put the changes in it?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, Mr. Holland?
Yeah, I remember when this first came up, and I was approached and discussed with the developer that it was a fairly small area, but I was kind of impressed with the fact that they had somewhat of a unique design for their original development, and that was one of the reasons why I voted originally to approve it. This concept they now have is totally different from that, 100% different from that, but I think we're, because of the way our rules work, I think we may be locked in to, because we already have approved the actual rezoning of it, from the way I understand this.
Yeah, I agree. We're locked in the development. We're just not locked in on proving that they don't have detention currently shown. That's my opinion. So based on reading the ordinance, I think we're certainly within the right to ask that they provide detention, even though it's less than the 2 CFS threshold. So that's where I stand. I mean, I know that if we approve this and it rains, I'm going to be getting calls because it's already bad now and it's only going to get worse. And we know it's going to get worse, and I can't consciously let the problem get worse and then do nothing about it now. So.
Any other questions or comments?
I'd like to make a motion to table.
We have a motion to a table. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
No.
So it is tabled. That gives us to 5402.
Bill number 5402, an ordinance amending ordinance number 04-142, granting conditional use permit number C631 for the extraction of topsoil to Jerome and Lisa Huber and Rebecca and Michael Steiniger.
Any questions or comments about this bill? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bill number 5402, an ordinance amending ordinance number 04-142, granting conditional use permit number C631 for the extraction of topsoil to Jerome and Lisa Huber and Rebecca and Michael Steiniger.
Councilman Hollander?
Yes.
Councilwoman York?
Yes.
Councilman Baker?
Yes.
Councilman Swanson?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Brazel?
Yes.
Councilman Hammond?
Yes.
Councilman Elam?
Yes. Bill number 5402 passes. That gets us to 5403.
Bill number 5403, an ordinance authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental joint cooperation and development assistance agreement and other related agreements in furtherance of the acceptance of a state grant to construct a regional law enforcement training facility.
Any questions or comments about this bill? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bill number 5403, an ordinance authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental joint cooperation and development assistance agreement and other related agreements in furtherance of the acceptance of a state grant to construct a regional law enforcement training facility.
Councilwoman York?
Yes.
Councilman Baker?
Yes.
Councilman Swanson?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Brazel?
Yes.
Councilman Hammond?
Yes.
Councilman Elam?
Yes.
Councilman Hollander?
Yes.
Bill 5403 passes. That gets us to 5404.
Bill number 5404, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a memorandum of understanding between the County of St. Charles on behalf of the Department of Corrections and the Missouri Department of Public Safety related to the participation in the Missouri Data Exchange to share criminal justice information data.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bill number 5404, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a memorandum of understanding between the County of St. Charles on behalf of the Department of Corrections and the Missouri Department of Public Safety related to the participation in the Missouri Data Exchange to share criminal justice information data.
Councilman Baker?
Yes.
Councilman Swanson?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Brazel?
Yes.
Councilman Hammond?
Yes.
Councilman Elam?
Yes.
Councilman Hollander?
Yes.
Councilwoman York?
Yes.
Bill number 5404 passes. That concludes our bills for final passage and brings us to bills for introduction, starting with 5405.
Bill number 5405, requested by Dan Keene, sponsored by Mike Elam. An ordinance amending the Personnel Administration Program, Section 115.710, to reclassify 2 corrections officer 12-hour shift positions to 2 corrections officer 8-hour shift positions in the Department of Corrections.
Any questions or comments about this bill? Bill 5406.
Bill number 5406, requested by Mike Summer, sponsored by Mike Elam. An ordinance amending the 2025 budget adopted as ordinance 24-106 as amended by providing supplemental appropriations to the budgets of the Emergency Communications Fund, the Elections Authority Fund, and the Self-Insurance Internal Service Fund.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, that gets us to 5407.
Bill number 5407, requested by Dr. Mary Case, sponsored by Mike Elam. An ordinance authorizing the county executive or his designee to execute renewal number 4 of Program Services Contract number DHSS fiscal year 2025 through 0051-SL with the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services for violent death and overdose death surveillance reimbursement.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, that gets us to 5408.
Bill number 5408, requested by Jeffrey Smith, sponsored by Mike Elam. An ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute agreements between the St. Charles County Department of Emergency Communications and school districts or schools operating partially or wholly within the county relating to the sharing of school map records.
Any questions or comments about this bill? That will wrap up bills for introduction. Action to be taken on the tabled bills.
I'd like to remove bill number 5384 per the applicant.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Bill 5384 is on the table. Do you want to read the bill?
Bill number 5384, an ordinance amending ordinance number 13-043, granting conditional use permit number 18148 for a campground to JOK's LLC, property owner and applicant.
I would open that with discussion. Mr. Swanson.
Thank you, sir. I've talked to the applicant at length about this. He has taken into consideration many of our comments that we have had, and I truly believe that the society we live in is capitalistic. Hopefully it will always stay that way. You never know with New York City. But people get the choice to put their stuff where they want to. And he has cleaned up the campgrounds, he's taken consideration, he has oversight going on, and we still do have code enforcement that can go down there and enforce codes if it's not being followed. So that's just my comments I'd like to make on that, and I will be supporting this applicant and this bill.
Any other questions or comments? I would echo Mr. Swanson that I have talked with the applicant. He took a lot of the things that the council said to him and advised him before. I remember Mr. Brazel was saying you need to have on-site people there, and he now has on-site people there to watch it. I don't know if it's perfect, and I'm not claiming it is, but I commend him on hearing the comments from the council and at least taking some actions to move forward with that. With that, I would ask you to call the roll.
Bill number 5384, an ordinance amending ordinance number 13-043, granting conditional use permit number 18148 for a campground to J.O.K.'s LLC, property owner and applicant.
Councilman Swanson?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Brazel?
Yes.
Councilman Hammond?
No.
Councilman Elam?
Yes.
Councilman Hollander?
Yes.
Councilwoman York?
Yes.
Councilman Baker?
Yes.
Bill number 5384 passes. That gets us to announcements and miscellaneous. Any comments for the good?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir, Mr. County Executive.
Yeah, thank you all for your vote on the training center. That was passed by Franklin County last Thursday, and I think it was first read by St. Louis County on last Tuesday. It was perfected, so they're tomorrow, so they'll hopefully pass it tomorrow, and Jefferson County is going to pass it in their August meeting. So we're going to be moving forward. Thank you again.
Excellent. I would thank Mr. Brazel for recognizing Hero or Eagles Wings. You know, we don't celebrate success nearly enough in business or in the community. So thank you to you folks for everything you do with Audrey, Donna, and John. We appreciate you being here tonight. And nice job, Mr. Brazel, for bringing that up. With that, I would entertain a motion to dismiss.
Motion.
Motion.
Motion and
Second.
second. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are dismissed.
See you in a couple weeks.